we go. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to St. Louis Park, Minnesota. And I'm not sure if you can tell from our camera angle here, but we are outside with a very cool roof over our heads. This is the first game for the Junior Mavericks of the Gopher State President's Cup. I believe that's the official name for it. And today, the Mavericks will take on Atlanta Center Ice, and that is Atlanta, Georgia. These young men have traveled all the way up from the Deep South to play tonight. They've already actually played a game. This is their second game already. We are the only team that at the end of the day, Matt, will have played just one game. We've got two tomorrow and then one early Sunday. And really interested to see this game here tonight on outdoor ice.
I feel like we're confusing people at home by saying St. Louis Rec Center in Minnesota and Atlanta in Minnesota. Like, we got names from all over the globe here in Minnesota. I assure you we are in Bloomington, Minnesota. We're just at a rink named St. Louis. We're just going to call it the Rec Center for you.
Well, and this, I noticed on the way in here, we passed a sign that said, entering St. Louis Park, Minnesota. So St. Louis Park is actually a suburb, and a pretty good sized one, too, of Minneapolis. And it's right on the doorstep, actually. And it's a nice night. For those of you thinking, oh, those guys must be freezing their butts off, it's been very nice here today. It was up around 50. And I would say probably now we're in the, high 30s? What's your weather app tell you? What do we got? 40. So we came ready for a real chill and have not gotten that. No one's complaining.
Boys coming off 1-0-1 friendly weekend against Okoboji Mammoth in Omaha, so feeling good. A nice solid 2 weeks worth of practices since then. I believe we're all healthy and we're all here tonight.
Yeah, I think the illness bug went through the team earlier. Back in January, it was running rampant. But I think now everybody's in pretty good shape and ready to go.
Coach just informed us that there's a slightly variation to the goalie rotation here this weekend.
Yeah, what he's going to do is Rosie's going to go tonight. Usually he will alternate over the course of a weekend. But Rosie will go tonight and tomorrow morning because our second game tomorrow in the afternoon is also on this outdoor ice. And he wants to give both players, he and Easton Newcomer, a chance to play on the outdoor ice. So Rosie will play this game 1 and game 2, which will be at 10:10 tomorrow Central Time. And then the 45 game tomorrow afternoon. Beast will be in net for that. And our 7 a.m. game on Sunday morning, which, it's a tough one. But
which might be, I don't know if that one's an outdoors one.
No, that one's indoor. Yeah, the outdoor ones are game 1 and game 3, 2 and 4 will be indoors.
So those of you goalie fans at home waiting to see your goalie take the ice, Rosie on 1 and 2, Beast on 3 and 4. Looking forward to it.
This is a real cool atmosphere. On one corner, they have a outdoor fire pit. So if you're here and you're watching a game and you get cold, you can go warm up and then head back and catch more of the action.
The audio is different too. Just since it's so open, you don't get the echoing off the walls, so it's less washed out.
Right.
You can hear them more.
Yeah, that's a great point. Well, we'll start this game. Paxton Schneider has been converted to a center. We've seen him play this position before. He'll be the pivot between Jack Davis and Charlie Patera. And on the blue line, Nandy and Fleming will start as the Junior Mavericks skate from right to left here in the first period. And Coach Bennett, you can hear him very clearly. Let's go, let's go. He wants his guys to get off to a good start here against the team that's already played a game. So that works both ways. Usually the team that's played a game is a little bit sharper early. Later on, maybe you get a chance to wear them down because they're playing their second game of the day. Here's a slow rolling puck back into the Junior Maverick zone. Will Fleming across Nandy, and the outlet skips off the stick of Paxson. Carried back ahead. Good pursuit there by Fleming, and with help from Davis, he'll break it up, and here's a turnover. It's Fleming moving back in. Sharp angle shot, and the save made. First shot of the game for either team, as we're 35 seconds into our first period. A scoreless game between the Junior Mavericks and Atlanta Center Ice. New line out there for the Junior Mavericks. It'll be Stoney between Taz and Jake Courtright. Wyatt Ike, the defenseman, moving it in now. Got poke checked. Boston Gas, the other blue liner. Stoney covering for Ike, and a good bit of back checking by Wyatt Ike as he's able to take the puck away. And there is Stoney angling. Wanted Taz. That broken up. Centering feed. Cut off by Boston. Chili dipped off his stick. Loose at the blue line, and Atlanta will send it right back in. There's Boston. Taken away at the half wall. Atlanta trying to center. Two guys there. And that one nicely cut off by Stoney. And a good thing, too, because there was no coverage for the Junior Mavericks in front. This one hit the skate of the referee and stays in that left corner. Now Atlanta with it. Players creeping in, and they get off a one-time shot that's snubbed. And this one back up the wall for Courtright. Courtright will step by one. On he comes with Taz. Courtright trying to maintain control as he's pestered from behind. And Atlanta able to get back with good back checking to take that one away. As we change up on the fly, the Junior Mavericks getting a line change on now. And back to retrieve is Bear. Bear for Allers. He's out there along with Sturbs and with Wyatt Tremaine. Allers sent it along. Too far for Sturbs. This one chipped back ahead by Atlanta, and then they'll bring it ahead. Played in deep. This one will ricochet around behind, and it's Bear on the retrieval effort. Taken away from him. Blind centering feed, collared by Tremaine. And here's Wyatt Tremaine, who will gain the red and send this one spiraling around the wall. Sturbs to it first. Banged off his tape. Collision there. Players left the puck behind as this one sent around the kick plate. Held by Abram. Had it knocked down, but Abram will take and walk it in. Abram trying to center in front. That got closed off. Good back checking by Tremaine. And it's Keeney who's able to send it in deeper as the Mavericks send fresh players out onto the ice.
Nice kick by T-Squared.
T-Squared able to keep that one alive. This one sent back the other way by Atlanta, but too far, and icing is called on the play. 10:19 to go here in our first period. A scoreless game here in the first game of the Gopher State President's Cup.
Abram, once again, doing a good job of holding that blue line. Caught an elbow high on that last body off of the puck, but seemed to bounce right back from it. I knew that irritated the heck out of him, though.
Paxson out along with Vinny and T-Squared. This one shoved ahead off the face-off. Clearing attempt knocked down first time. Second time's the charm, and this makes it out. Nandy will steer it back up ice. Here's Paxson gathering speed now. Has T-Squared with him. Paxson is shot, deflected away. It ricochets up the wall. Cleared to the line, not out. Quick shot Fleming, and that one sails to the end glass. After it is T-Squared, hands it on bat. Paxson got knocked down. T-Squared hawks the puck. He's got it now twisting through traffic. Will hand it off to Fleming. Fleming fanned on his shot, and Atlanta will bring it back ahead. Puck forced free at center ice. Nandy will chip it up the wall. Atlanta intercepts and clears it back in on Rosie, who paddles it aside, and Fleming will take over yet again. Will Fleming gathering speed. He's got plenty of it. Poke checked at the line, and the play breaks down. Vinny will take and play in on the backhand, that giving the Mavericks a chance to change on the fly. Long stretch pass, misfires for Atlanta. They wave off the icing as Nandy is back to retrieve. There's Nandy ducking his shoulder, being raked out from behind. Got it up the wall to Charlie. Charlie couldn't handle cleanly, but T-Squared is there to bang it out to neutral ice. Matt, Atlanta looks a little more in sync than the Junior Mavericks here off the hop. This one skips over the stick of Charlie. Chopped back along. Fleming, heavy pressure, able to squeeze it out to center ice. Charlie struggling to control it. He'll backhand it up the near wall. Atlanta takes back over a D-to-D pass, and the outlet misfires. Fleming back to take it his own zone, and he will hoist this one. I think that one hit off one of the rafters. That's no small feat. Those rafters are pretty high off the ice. And that stops the clock and the face-off to come in the Junior Maverick zone with 8:37 to go here in the first period. It remains a scoreless tie.
Not much for shots on goal quite yet, but you're right. We're seeing a little bit of tilt towards the Atlanta's favor right now.
Center ice wins the face-off, and they get that shot off. It's deflected away to the corner. Gass forces the giveaway, and here comes Charlie sprinting right up the gut. Has Stoney with him. Charlie moving in. A shot. Score! Charlie Patera, good hard wrist shot over the goalie's glove. He goes top corner with it, and the Junior Mavericks break on top. It is 1-0.
Who was the assist? Who was that pass?
I believe Gass had the assist on that one. I believe it was Boston, the outlet to Charlie. And with 8:23 to go here in the first period, it's the Junior Mavericks ahead. Hollers, Courtright, and Taz out there as this puck is played in softly to the Atlanta zone. Courtright on his horse. Defenseman cuts back against the grain, leaned on by Taz, but he's going to skate it up himself. Hollers, good poke check. He springs Courtright the other way. Courtright with some room, still hanging on with it on the backhand, threw it into traffic, and it's cleared back out to center ice. Here's Ike with heavy pressure. Gave it up just inside the line. Atlanta follows for a long-range wrister that sails wide. Another wrister from the near side wall. That missed the mark. Here's Taz trying to chip it past the pinching defenseman. Good keep there. And this shot deflected around behind the net. And a penalty coming up on the play as it's touched by... Well, the Mavericks seem to have control of that. And it is going to be Taz who goes off on the cross-check. So first power play of the game will go to Atlanta with 7:43 to go in the first period as they try to tie this game up. Penalty killers are Paxson, Tremaine, Bear, and Keeney. A good quartet for this particular endeavor. Bear taking over. He'll snap it off the glass, and this one bounds over the stick of the defenseman and back to the Atlanta zone. Paxson, good forecheck, forced a bad pass. Tremaine will backpedal with it. Threw it softly up ice. He wanted to dump this one. Instead, Atlanta will take and send in. Bear has this one. He'll chip it off the glass once more to center ice. Atlanta trying to counter quickly. They come across the line. Broken play. And it's slow developing as the rink-wide feed misfires. And here's Wyatt Tremaine trying to get good lumber on that puck. Finally, good second effort to get that one back into the Atlanta end. Down to 45 seconds to go on the Taz penalty. Another bad pass. This one chipped in by Stoney. And offside is called as Paxson was in deep and hadn't quite cleared the zone yet, though. See the Mavericks, Matt, with their pressure, forcing some bad passes from the Atlanta team as they try to break out.
Doing a good job of pinching at the top of the circles and blue lines.
Stoney and Vinny out along with Nandy and Fleming. Stoney out there amongst the sequoias. Face-off coming at center ice. Something going on with the referees wanted to check in with the timekeeper. And I think maybe, did they put the wrong time up for the penalty? Should it have been 2 minutes instead of a minute and a half? Did they put up a minute and a half? I didn't check the clock. My fault. It says 9 seconds, but are they saying that Taz needs to stay in longer? It's quite the family affair down there in that penalty box. Taz's little brothers, Easton and Logan, are down there, along with Cody Ike, who's our penalty box attendant. We're missing Joel Keeney this weekend. Joel usually has that duty, but Joel did not make the trip up here to Minnesota. And the Mavericks work it to the line. They cannot get it out. Fleming, second effort, got it to the blue, still not cleared. Puck slung down low, chip back in front, turnaround shot through the crease and wide. They have adjusted the clock, and there are now 35 seconds to go on that Taz penalty. Centering pass, Atlanta trying to get off the shot. Oh, Rosie, I think got a piece of that one as it goes wide. Mavericks living on the edge right now, and they cannot come away with the puck. In the slot, one man there, a shot, and they score. That one off the pad of Rosie and snuck under you kind of see that one coming. The Mavericks got kind of twisted in their own zone and could not get out. And the longer you spend in there, especially on the penalty kill, the more trouble it is. So, okay. So did they put it up wrong on the board? Because I'm kind of blocked out by the...
They're only doing 13-minute periods. That was their argument, but it's 13-minute periods with 2-minute penalties.
Okay. Okay, well, here comes Allers now bringing it ahead as the Mavericks try to get the lead back. He'll dish off to Charlie now. Charlie circling the net, still hanging on. He's got Jack Davis down low. Charlie still hanging on, got knocked down. No penalty coming on the play.
Penalty coming there.
Oh, finally the fire referee had his hand up, and it will be a tripping call that will give the Mavericks a power play, their first of the game. So our first power play unit out there will be Paxson, Tremaine, and Sturbs, along with Bear and Abram. Paxson trying to win it back to Bear here as he's crept in a little bit. Instead, it's Atlanta who's able to work it to the end wall. Tremaine's got this one. He sachets out and gives it up high. Here's a shot by Bear. He scores! Bear with a good hard wrister from that right point, and again that top corner over the goalie's glove leads to a power play goal, and it's now 2-1 Junior Mavs.
Was that Sturba to Bear, or was that?
That was Paxson, I believe, to Bear. No, I'm sorry, Tremaine.
Oh, was it?
Wyatt Tremaine. So the lead back, and now a chance to build on it. Junior Mavericks controlling here. 5:25 to go. Good idea by Bear, just a little bit too far for Taz, and icing is going to be called on the play. Well, I guess the referees didn't think he tipped it, but I was kind of in the same mindset. Always defer to the referees. They're a lot closer to the action than I am. So a defensive zone face-off for Paxson now as he squares. And a face-off win, but caught in a maze of feet. Paxson finds it. Tries to outlet it. Good pinch by the defenseman, keeping this one alive for a long-range shot that got the post. And it's taken back by Bear, looking for an outlet. Will angle it up the wall. Courtright backhands this one to center ice. Atlanta back on it. Good job by Taz on the forecheck. Knocked down the clear. Mavericks will have to recoil at center ice. Here's Paxson. Paxson moving up, has Sturbs on his right. He bustles in down the right side, goes around one, sends it in front. That cut off by the defense. Good pressure by Sturbs. Sturbs working 1-on-2. Help comes from Tremaine. Got to keep the hands down, fellas, as they continue to battle for it. Sturbs and Tremaine. This one finally pulled free, but Tremaine hasn't given up on that puck, and good for him. This one finally wobbled back into the Junior Mavericks end, and Rosie's going to have to play it. Taking from him is Bear. Bear, the shovel ahead for returning Tremaine, and here comes Wyatt Tremaine. Oh, he had the right idea, but a good play by the Atlanta player to cut it off in his feet. He'll carry it back up ice. Met by Bear. Puck left behind. The follow-up comes, and Atlanta will get it in farther. Broken up by Bear. There is Tremaine, the rink-wide feed, right on the tape of T-squared. He's got some speed, and here comes T-squared moving in. Sharp angle shot, kicked out by the goalie. The Mavericks in the middle of a shift change, so no one there for the rebound, as this one played out to center ice. Grab back by Fleming. Here comes Will Fleming. Down the near wing. Woo! Run into, and he runs over his man as the puck is cleared out to center, and Allers will get it back for the Junior Mavericks. Sends it rink wide for T-squared. T-squared up, gains the red, and sends it in. This one will pinball around to the near side. There is Vinny trying to march it farther. Broken up. Allers had his back, and he'll toss back down low. Vinny giving chase. Vinny looking over his shoulder. He'll hand it off. Here's T-squared. Gives it on back. Nandy had a little trouble with it. He'll send it rink wide. Yanked down the wall by Fleming. Vinny after it. He dug it out, but Atlanta able to take it back. They give it up. Here's Allers with it now, looking for some room. He'll hand it off now. There's T-squared, low wrist shot, and that one sizzles wide. Allers took the bump, hands it on back. Fleming steps in off a skate. Allers to the rebound next. Allers looking for some room and had that one jostled off his stick. Good breakup of the play by Fleming, and the loose puck left behind at center ice. Allers will take over. Atlanta in the middle of a shift change. Allers has been out there a while. He'll march in. Had his shot broken up. Help comes from Charlie, and his shot deflected over the net. And Allers will head to the bench for a much-needed change as Charlie keeps things pinned up against the end wall. Now here's Jack with it. He finds a man in the slot. It's Ike for a chance. Puck loose in front. Jammed in. And Charlie couldn't get off the shot. He shrugs off a check and steps out. Tried top corner and missed. Ike flags it down. Right point. Floats it down low. Missed for Jack. And then this one poked away from Charlie. It's played to the line, not out. Great keep by Paxson.
The heat is on.
Junior Mavericks keeping Atlanta pinned in, and finally they're able to clear it out, but Paxson's going to have to hurry. Here comes some pressure. He takes the shoulder and shrugs it off, gives it up ice. There's Jack, rink-wide stretch feed into the feet of Charlie. He finds it, charging to the net is Ike. Charlie can't get the pass through, but it trickles to the end wall now. Puck left behind, and this one batted up the wall. Stoney in, trying to force it free. And this one finally pops out to center ice. Atlanta will take and play just back in. Great play by Jack to knock it out. Cleared back in, but now here is Ike. Ike trying to find some room as he takes a slash. Ike puts on the brakes. Cut back again, lost it, but Boston will follow. He'll fire! And just wide in that top corner. The puck goes out of play, and the clock stopped now with an even minute to go here in the first period, and the Junior Mavericks really buzzing now, trying to add to their 2-1 lead.
Saw that one going top shelf. It is just a puck and a half high of the net.
Chase jumped out of his sneakers on that one. Allers out along with Courtwright and Taz now for this one. And the Mavericks get it back. Here's Bear with a shot. Goalie never saw that one coming. Allers knocks down the puck. He'll throw it from a sharp angle. The save made by the goalie. And he will squeeze it.
Who shot that last one?
That was Will for that last shot.
Will Allers?
Yes.
Solid.
So Will leans in for the face-off here.
I'm going to have to hold the scoring thing up higher so I don't have to take my eyes off the game.
Abram, good battle to get to that loose puck. Allers steps around one, got it to Taz, shovels toward the net. The tip by Courtwright, but it trickles in on the goaltender who traps it in the blue paint. 42.2 seconds now to go here in the first period. Another offensive zone draw for the Junior Mavericks. And this time won by Atlanta. Allers knocks down the clearing attempt and threw it in front. Courtwright was there but couldn't get it. And then here's an outlet pass that's blocked away. And Atlanta will try to go the far side. They do, and this one just chipped out to center ice. Bear reaches up to knock it down as Allers touches the hand pass is called. And the clock idled yet again now with 23.3 seconds to go and one more shift change here before the end of the stanza. Noses are getting a little runny here. It's not entirely freezing, but it's a little cool. Apologies. We need to be sponsored by Kleenex or something. Here's Sturba doing a good job of marching his way through and keeping things bottled up along the wall with the help of Paxson. Rink-wide feed. That one anticipated and knocked out to center. Here's Bear now floating it along. Off of Sturba it goes. And the clock the horn sounds ending the first period. 2-1, the Junior Mavericks with the advantage here in their first game of the Gopher State President's Cup. Folks, while we have this opportunity, we want to thank Nebraska Electric Power Sports. We have electric dirt bikes for all ages. Experience the future of electric dirt bikes. We sell fun. It's Nebraska Electric Power Sports. Also, our thanks to Joe Chalin, Tax Services. Thank you, Grandpa Joe. We know you are a busy guy this time of year, and we thank you for your support. Charleston Homes, providing the best home building experience in Omaha since 2007 and voted #1 Best of Omaha for 2025. Charleston Homes and Cottonwood Salon Suite. Thank you, Aunt Jessie, for your support all season long of the Junior Mavericks.
We mentioned at the very start of this puck drop of how the ice was a little tilted in Atlanta's favor, and boy, had the tides turned towards the end of that first period. Man, there was just a barrage of shots towards the net by the Omaha Mavericks, and great job keeping the puck in the zone, not only in the zone, but below the top of the circle, deep in the zone, and creating a lot of pressure on the heels of the Atlanta center ice team.
Well, and a lot of that came about, Matt, just from good puck pursuit, but also because they were using each other and really working together. And that, I got to think, makes the coaches feel pretty good when they see the guys doing that. And getting those offensive chances. There were plenty in that first period. The lead, though, is just one as we skate from left to right here in the second period, and George Nandor is back to take over. Nandy looking up the near wing wall. Atlanta able to keep this one alive. Quick hard shot, kicked away by Rosie, got the right pad on it. High bouncing puck, and this one goes off the hand of Fleming over the glass and out of play. So a defensive zone face-off to come for the Junior Mavericks, who will send out Stoney, T-Squared, Vinny, along with Boston and Wyatt Ike.
Temps are dropping. Hopefully they don't hear a little teeth chattering coming through the mics tonight.
Well, tomorrow our outdoor game is in the afternoon, and it's supposed to be about 50 tomorrow afternoon. Here's T-Squared trying to go around the defenseman. He gave it up. Here's Vinny in. Shot! Oh! And he got the crossbar. Peter! And it goes out of play.
Love it. Love it.
Boy, the fellas are shooting high tonight, huh?
Wow, great scoring chance for Vinny Heater.
Oh, he got that off so quickly, too. That goalie didn't have much time to react. Stoney on the face-off, pushed away from him. T-Squared held up as he pursues the loose puck now along the end wall. T-Squared able to work his way free. Wanted to go high to Ike, but that play sniffed out by Atlanta. Ike's got it now at center ice. He'll move his way back in. Here's Ike, poke check, loose. Vinny had his back, and they're able to keep it alive for now. Angled back up the near wall, and this one slung to center ice. Pass misfires, and Boston Gas will take back over. Oh, he had a good idea on that pass for Vinny, just a bit too far. Atlanta will take back in its own zone. Here comes Stoney picking it off.
Stoney.
Moving in for shot. Able to squeeze that one between the goaltender and the near post. Good quick little wrist shot. And Stoney's made this a 3-1 Maverick lead.
I believe that's Boss's second assist of the game here.
Yep.
Nice feeds.
Well, that don't give the goaltender a chance to react, right? You get it on him before he can set himself. And 3-1, the advantage for the Junior Mavericks here as this puck is sent back into their zone. This one skipped by Bear in the corner. Bear's got his man walled off. It squirts to Allers. Allers pushes it up the boards. Here's Charlie now carrying. Banged away from Charlie. Following is Jack with a good wrist shot. That one loose side of the net, and the goaltender will smother it and bring a face-off. 11:15, our time to go now in the second period. 3-1. Junior Mavericks with the advantage. Allers leans in for the face-off. Caught in his feet. Pulled free by Abrams. Swatted along by Charlie. He scores! Goaltender never saw it. A screen in front. Charlie kept it low on the ice. That one went 5-hole. And it's 4-1 now, Junior Mavericks. Charlie from Allers on that play. And the Junior Mavericks starting to get it rolling here. That line will remain out there. Pushed forward. Atlanta will toss it back the other way. Here's Bear. Sidesteps one. Springs Jack. Jack moving in. Jack toward the cage. That one comes out the other side. Charlie now, right wing wall. Centering, just beyond the reach of Allers. He'll track it down and dish down the wall. Jack to hawk this puck. Lost his edge. Atlanta taking over here. Little sauce pass up the wall. Will squirt out to center. And Bear will give chase now. Here comes Bear. Bear moving it in. Charlie charging toward the net. Trying to yank it back. Nobody there. Atlanta tried to take over. Here's Allers keeping. He'll wrist one on goal from long range. And the save made. And once more, the clock stops now with 10:25 to go here in the second period. Paxson, Courtright, Taz out along with Fleming and Nandy. Courtright, good job to keep that one alive. There's Paxson working against two in the corner. Paxson walled. Courtright steps out, shoots. Good save of the goaltender. That puck chipped up the boards, held by Nandy. Gives off to Paxson. Paxson will toss it in. To the end boards goes Taz. That one skipped over a stick. Taz ties up his man. Good job to get in front of that one. He knew his guy wanted to clear that one up the wall, and he cut it off. Here's Nandy holding for a shot. Skipped in, and then Courtright got a stab at it before the goaltender was able to cover and hang on. Good job by the goalie to make the initial save because that thing took a turn. But he didn't have the rebound right away, and Jake with a second chance opportunity. Here's Paxson. Face-off win. Paxson with it on the backhand, just trying to find it. That thing in the middle of all those blades. And down low it comes. Atlanta will try to push it up the near side. Outlet pass. Finds its man. Great job by Nandy to anticipate that one and block it away. Atlanta shovels ahead, but Fleming is there from the red line. He'll angle it in. Junior Mavericks on the shift change as they send three fresh forwards over the rail. Here's Sturba now keeping it alive for a moment before Atlanta clears it out. Nandy steps up. Great poke check. Sturba will swing it right back in. There goes Wyatt Tremaine to the corner. Bodies his man. Puck comes loose. Atlanta trying to clear it out. This one alive for a moment before it's pushed out to neutral ice. Fleming. Fleming run into. Puck loose. Fleming keeps his feet moving. Sturba follows. Couldn't go around the defenseman who had moved up to the blue line. Now Sturba's got it. He'll push it ahead. Here's Stoney moving in. Stoney, a sharp angle shot, and that one sails wide. Ike just off the bench, couldn't keep it, and Boston will have to chase it down. Boston, good angle pass at center. Just a bit too far for Stoney. Tossed past him and back in. This one cleared out to center ice once more, and Atlanta will recoil. Caroming puck. Atlanta's got it. Player falls down. They wave it off. No penalty there. It didn't look good because Stoney was reaching, but the player actually just fell down, and Stoney didn't have anything to do with it. Long pass up ice. Here's T-Squared. He's going to chase it down, but it's going to be an icing before he can get there. He gets an A for effort on that one. 8:05 to go here in the second period. 4-1 Junior Mavericks with the advantage on this one. 2 goals for Charlie Patera. And I'm going to test my memory. The other from Bear and Stoney. A rare defensive zone face-off for the Junior Mavericks. Allers out along with Vinny and T-Squared. And Ike and Boss on this one as well as Allers wins the draw. Ike will knock it up the far boards where T-Square waits. He'll pitchfork it out to center ice. Atlanta's got it back. Cleared in, but they hadn't cleared the zone. And so offside is called.
Defense making a lot more passes this game so far. Boss with a pair of assists already this game. Nice job feeding his teammates, creating good offensive opportunities.
Face-off won by the Junior Mavericks. Loose puck. Boss hacks it up the boards. Not out. Ike will clear it now. Here's Vinny moving on. Wanted to go for Ike. That play broken up, and then Allers cleared it in. Looked like everybody was onside, but they call it offside, and the shift change now.
I don't know if that one caught a skate. Heater kicking himself for feeding a little bit behind his teammate there.
Yeah. I mean, Atlanta had the numbers there, so it was hard to get through.
That was probably a dump and chase decision, but
that line stays out there. Cleared in, just cleared out. Vinny trying to dump it in deep. Can't do it. Too many Atlanta players there. Here's Bear. Bear will toss one softly, rink wide. Here's T-Squared. He's going to walk his way in with it. button hook maneuver inside the line and now tossed deep. This one will ring around the wall. Allers in, forces the giveaway. And then this one deflected up into the protective netting. And that stops our clock with 7 1/4 minutes to go now in the second period. And an offensive zone face-off to come for the Junior Mavericks as they send out Paxson and Jack and Charlie along with Bear and Abram. Atlanta's got it, angled up the boards. Bear recollects at the right point. Gives it to Jack, looking for Paxson. Broken up, sent rink wide. Good poke check by Abram to keep it alive. Here's Charlie now, stood up along the far side. Jack will follow, tried to get off a shot. That one thwarted. Puck played by a high stick, but Charlie's got it next, so that call washed. And then Charlie has it knocked off his stick. Collision there along the boards. It's underneath Charlie, trying to play it from his knees. Atlanta able to take it back, and out they come. Great back check by Paxson, denying Atlanta a 3-on-2. And now here's Charlie, an open ice hit on his man. And here comes Jack back the other way. Long range wrister, and that one fought off by the goaltender. Cleared to the line, not out. Abrams got it, chipped it ahead into the feet of Paxson. Turns and fires, and that one through the crease and just wide of the near post. Jack in, crunching hit, forces the puck free. Jack trying to get it in front, rolled it there and had Charlie waiting, trying to finish off his hat trick. But that one skips and is cleared out to center ice, and Abram, his pass deflected. And Bear's got to hurry back for this one. Pressure coming. Here comes Bear, sidesteps one. That creates a 2-on-1 with Charlie. Here comes Bear moving in. He'll shoot one, and that one deflects away. Held by Stoney. Great job at the point to cover for Bear and plays it down low.
Careful.
Charlie a crunching hit, frees it up for Courtright. Backhander in front. Stoney tried to go high to Bear, and the pass misfires and comes back to the Junior Mavs end. Angled back up to a turning Taz. Taz duels there with one of the Atlanta players. Knocked along, taken by Fleming. Fleming will track this one down at the end boards. Will Fleming funnels it in front. Misfires on the pass. Stoney puts on the brakes, trying to get away from the defender. On comes Stoney now, circling behind the net. Puts on the brakes, wanted to hand it on back, but it's stolen away. And Fleming keeps Atlanta bottled up in its own zone off a nice poke check. Courtright tracking this one down. He'll hand it up high. Here's Nandy. Stoney. He's being too unselfish. Turn and fire that thing, Stoney. Wants to go low to high, and here's a giveaway now by Fleming. Atlanta will get a chance. Oh, snuffed out nicely by Nandy.
Go!
Courtright's going to track it down. Puts on the brakes. Courtright, he had Taz with him but didn't see him. Here's Fleming following on the play. Will Fleming in the slot, he scores. Will Fleming, wrist shot low and inside that near post. And it's now 5-1 Junior Mavericks. Oh, man, I don't know what more you can say. The boys are really rolling now here.
They are. A couple of dangerous bounces, though.
Yeah.
Needing to make sure they keep the guard up and continue to play hard. Atlanta's capable of putting some pucks in the net still.
Yeah, you got to really be careful with those D-to-D passes because they are trying to jump those routes and pick those pucks off. There's Tremaine punching it out to center ice. A little too far for Allers. Allers able to knock it down right to Tremaine. Tremaine couldn't get a fork in it. And then it's Boston with an open ice hit, knocking his man down. Here comes Ike back on. Sturba turning to join him. Ike cutting in to the forehand. Good glove save by the Atlanta goaltender. Flashes the leather and hangs on. And a face-off to come in the offensive zone for the Junior Mavericks.
Good job by Boss keeping his hands down and doing a clean open ice hit. Player was a little bit slightly taller than him, and he stood his ground and just stood him up right at center ice.
Lower center of gravity, and he's able to get the better of that hit. Allers in for this face-off. He wins it. Backhander toward the net. Knocked away. Tremaine hawking the rebound. Here's a giveaway. It's Ike. He lost it. The other Wyatt. Tremaine able to hold it for now. It comes back to Allers, who is covering for Ike. And then his wrist shot played by a high stick, and that will keep the puck in the offensive zone yet again for the Junior Mavericks now with 3:44 to go here in the second period. Paxson comes back out along with Vinny and T-squared. Work to the line, not out. Boston shoots, blocked down. Here's Vinny now. Vinny holding on, knocked away from him. Paxton's got it. He'll knife his way in for a shot. Goalie holding tight to his post, able to make the save. Vinny bird dogging the puck carrier, able to knock him down. Loose, T-squared's got it. He pivots out. T-squared a shot. That one sizzles wide. Goalie didn't see it. Work to the line, not past Boss. Stand on his shot, but Paxton's got it. He'll fire. Never got through. Atlanta trying to clear it out, but that knocked down, and now here's Paxton with it. Paxton hands it up high. Boston top of the slot. Wrist one, and that one missed the mark. And Atlanta will chip it out. Boston had a man behind him, and now he's got to recover. And recovers well as the Atlanta player could not hang on cleanly. Puck left behind the net. Ike having trouble with it. Ike, dangerous play right in front of his own net. Inadvertently chips it into the Atlanta bench, and that will idle the clock once more.
Good safe play. Low bobbling there and below the goal line, and nice recovery.
Well, he had two forecheckers on him, and really the safe play is off the wall and out, or in this case, off the ice.
I think he was going for the glass and just overplayed it a little bit into the bench.
On that side, the benches extend quite a ways into each zone, and so there's not maybe as much glass as there are in other arenas as this long-range wrist shot sails to the end boards. And the Mavericks get it up, and there is Patera to send it rink wide, taken over by Jack. Jack sidesteps one, but then got broken up on the play. And Atlanta's got a 3-on-2 chance if they hurry. Junior Mavericks have to hurry back. And here's a shot that Rosie right in the mask. Oh, and then the Atlanta player goes crashing into the end wall after he got tangled up with Bear. He's still down. That player struggling to get back up. He does, though, on his own power, and play continues. Here's Abram. D-to-D pass to Bear. Bear moves it in, onside. Bear, who's already got a goal tonight, will send this one toward the net, but behind, and it ricochets up the near side. Abram pinched. Now this one got by him and out to center ice. Mavericks throwing their body weight around here in this game. As Charlie trying to bring it in. Abram just able to get off. Here's Charlie. Charlie trying to step in. He's taken on two defenders, but just couldn't go the whole way with it. And this one is cleared back down. Atlanta will have a man charging in. They wave off the icing, but Fleming just comes in and picks his pocket. And here comes Will Fleming. Fleming with a good head of speed as he brings it in. Has Taz with him. Gets met just inside the line. Patera follows. He'll shoot. Off the defenseman it goes. And a roughing penalty is coming up on the play. And that roughing penalty is going to go to Atlanta. So second power play of the game for the Junior Mavericks upcoming with 1:07 to go now in the second period.
I think there was something said there, and that's why the delayed hand went up. The two boys were nodding at each other after that center ice collision. Number 42 or 43 for Atlanta took two big hits in a row.
Yeah.
That kid needs some concussion protocol because he was struggling to get off the ice.
Atlanta the face-off win. They couldn't handle it, and then Allers' sharp angle backhander just missed the mark, and it's cleared out to center ice by Atlanta. Fleming trying to bring it back in, but he didn't realize Sturba was offside. And so that call comes down, and the clock stopped. We'll have a face-off at center ice.
That young man for Atlanta took that big hit from Bear behind Omaha's net, and then he took another big hit from Keeney on his own short wall. Hopefully he's okay.
Allers trying to walk in. Not a lot of room there. Puck knocked away. This one's sent all the way back down by Atlanta. They wave off the icing as Nandy's forced to play it. Nandy knocked down. Oh my God! Puck goes off of Rosie and in. Fluky goal, and that one led to, by some good forechecking for Atlanta. They caused some havoc there. Nandy just lost his edge, and then the toss in front just had eyes and found its way behind Rosie, and that makes it 5-2, a shorthanded goal for Atlanta center ice here with 42 seconds to go here in the second period. Puck loose at center ice. T-squared. Give and go with Ike. Ike gets by his man. Peels back. Hands it up high. Here's Boston. He lost it. Vinny follows, fires, and that one gets the glass. Vinny keeping the clearing attempt alive and played back down low. And this one off a stick of an Atlanta player. Comes to center ice. Final 10 winking away here in the second period. Boston up, turning with it. Paxson in, shot, kick save. And that's the last save here in the second period. We end 26 minutes of hockey with a 5-2 advantage for the Junior Mavericks. I want to remind folks, our sponsors, we couldn't do this without them, and we want to thank Charleston Homes. Charleston Homes has its own in-house warranty team to take care of homeowners after closing. And Charleston Homes voted #1 Best of Omaha for 2025. Thanks to, as well, to Cottonwood Salon Suite, Benny's Aunt Jessie. Actually, she's Aunt Jessie for the whole team. Nebraska Electric Power Sports. Electric dirt bikes for all ages. We sell fun. And as well, thank you to Joe Chalin Tax Service for all you do for the Junior Mavericks this year.
Atlanta not giving up.
Boy, Jack's ready to go, isn't he? Bring him out, Jack.
My favorite war cry, Jack Davis. Congratulations to Jack Davis on being accepted to Creighton Prep High School. How about it?
He will be a freshman this coming fall, along with his current teammate, Bear, who is also going to Creighton Prep next year. We wish them well. So 53 seconds of power play time for the Junior Mavericks to start this third period. Fresh 13 minutes on the clock. It's Stoney out along with Charlie and Jack, Boston, and Wyatt Ike. Puck will drift back into the Atlanta zone, and here comes the pressure from Charlie. Forces the bad pass. Stoney knocks it down. Charlie's got it. Moving out for a backhander. Deflected over the net. Actually on top of the net. Here's Charlie pivoting out. Wanted a centering feed. Got blocked right back to him, and then his pocket pick. Here comes Atlanta. Shorthanded bid again, and Ike's got to hurry back and gather up this loose puck. Played behind, and Stoney will walk it ahead now. 20 seconds to go on this power play. Stoney will send in just wide of the goal. Puck loose behind. Junior Mavericks on it first. Here's Charlie circling, has Jack down low, couldn't get the pass through. It's broken up and cleared as the final nickel's worth of power play time winks away now for the Mavericks. Charlie steals at center. Nearly ran into his own man. Ike steps to the breach, trying to walk it in. Hollers couldn't keep it alive. And this one is cleared back down, and Will's going to race back for this. Will tied up. Puck stolen away by Atlanta. Wraparound chance, dumped in front. Save made by Rosie, and he'll hang on. Good job by Rosie. Those wraparounds are tough. Face-off upcoming in the Junior Mavericks end. The referees putting their heads together here. This is rarely a good thing. Oh, that went. Did that go in? I didn't see the referee point to it.
They're calling it a goal, aren't they?
So it's 5-3 now. Atlanta scored the last 2 goals, and what looked like it might be a laugher for the Junior Mavericks is now anything but.
Lots of game here. Mavericks needing to stay on the gas.
Courtright and Taz out there. Loose puck left behind. This one's sent ahead by Abram. Too far. Back out at center ice. Abram will take over. Too far for Allers. And played back in by Atlanta. There's Bear on this one. Pressure coming. He sent it around. No one there on that wing. Centering pass comes through. A man there, but pass sailed on by. Atlanta again trying the sharp angle chance. This time Rosie able to cover it up and hang on. And another face-off to come. 11:20 our time to go now in the third period. 5-3 for the Junior Mavericks. And the ice tilting a little bit back in favor of Atlanta here to start this third period. Out goes Paxson, Tremaine, and T-squared. Face-off win by Atlanta. Shot off a massive humanity in front. And here's a good outlet by Sturbs for Wyatt Tremaine. Tremaine moving ahead. That one knocked away and out to center ice. Nandy will retake. Rink wide for Fleming. He's got a lane down the far side. Fleming will play this one in. Sturba giving chase. Tossed it back in front. No one there for the redirect. Now holding on is Paxson. Paxson far side. Good job for Nandy. Nandy will march in and shoot. Save made by the goaltender. No rebound chance for Sturbs as he came charging in. And a quick shift change. Now, Junior Mavericks will send out Stoney, Vinny, T-squared, the boss, and Wyatt Ike.
Noticing the Mavs keeping Atlanta on their heels a little better when they go side to side.
Ike pushes this one in off the face-off win. Now it's Vinny. Vinny just had to get a little too far for him. But here's a good steal. T-squared had it, lost it. Stoney keeping Atlanta bottled up for now. There's Boston doing the same. Puck was in his feet. He didn't know it. And Vinny will toss back to the Atlanta line. That's as far as it gets. Here comes center ice. Oh, knocked away by Vinny. And then a player goes down, chased after by T-squared. Vinny setting up in front. T-squared into his feet. Vinny trying to find it. Atlanta will take over instead and clear back to the Junior Mavericks end. And it's an icing call as it just makes the goal line. With 10:04 to go now in the third period. 5-3 and Junior Mavericks with the advantage. Allers, Jack, Charlie, out along with Abram and Bear. Allers the face-off win. After it is Abram. Jack wanted to send it back to Bear, but that was an empty point. Jack back on it at center. He'll go rink wide for Allers, who lost his edge trying to reach for it. This one muscled up the wall by Abram. Not out. Sent back toward the net, but broken up by Bear. Bear will bang this one up the boards and just out. Atlanta gets it back. They're still in the zone. They hadn't cleared, and offside is called on the play. So a neutral zone face-off. Junior Mavericks will keep the same line out there. This one will be at center ice. Allers good clean face-off win back to Abram. And it's Bear sending it up. Here's Jack now. Jack across. Charlie, trigger pull, and that one snapped wide. To the wall it goes. Jack's got it. Jack battling two. This one kept alive. Here's Charlie with it now. Trying to march around the defender, but no sail there. Charlie then reaching in. His man goes down. Charlie curling behind the net. Lost the puck. Takes his man out hard. Back to Bear at the point for a shot and missed near side. Allers chases down the loose puck. Got poke checked on the play. Trying to atone for that. Bouncing puck is finally knocked back into the Junior Mavericks end. No icing, and so Bear's got to play it. Bear, dangerous play right up the gut, but he finds Paxson. Paxson on with Charlie. Paxson will take it himself. Score! Paxson Schneider, sharp angle shot. He goes top corner. The Junior Mavericks have scored 3 of their 6 goals in that same spot tonight, and that restores the 3-goal lead. It is now 6-3 Omaha.
Bear with the long bomb pass down the gut. Caught 3 attackers coming at him.
Yeah. Drew him in and then saw that lane, and Paxson taking that one expertly in for the shot.
Had a little sauce on it, bounced it right up to Pax nicely.
Well, keep in mind, in these tournaments, sometimes the tiebreaker is goal differential, so every goal is important. Here's Atlanta trying to step back ahead. One man on two. And his shot goes off the outside of the net. A penalty coming up against the Junior Mavericks, and it's going to be Fleming who goes for a rough with 8:16 to go now in the third period.
Nice back checking, though. It's a bouncing puck that just kept working its way into the zone, and one attacker had the step on him. So Mavs had no choice but to keep their feet moving and sticks flaring, and Fleming was the last man to finish.
Stoney and Tremaine out with Gas and Ike on this penalty kill. I believe this is the third of the night. Clearing attempt doesn't make it out. Boston to the corner, plays it up the wall. Tremaine trying to punch it out, can't. Turnaround shot by Atlanta goes wide. This one around the kick plate, held at the point. Another shot, didn't get through. Boston couldn't clear it through traffic. Wanted to get it to Stoney, but that one too far. Man in front. Puck doesn't get there.
Whoa!
Here's Tremaine set free with a nice tip pass from Stoney. And then Tremaine kept the feet moving. He went down, delayed call on. Here's Stoney back here. Thwarted. The rebound chance also stopped. And finally, as it's touched, the tripping call comes down, and we'll play 4-on-4. Is that 17 seconds or minute 17?
A minute and 17,
okay.
Yeah.
So we'll play 1:17, 4-on-4 before it's an abbreviated power play for the Junior Mavericks. Out, Allers and T-Squared along with Bear and Abram. Face-off win by Atlanta, but Allers gets to the puck first. He'll throw it in front. It comes all the way out high. Bear shoots off the skates of the defender. Allers to the corner, chips it along. T-Squared's got it now. T-Squared moving his feet. T-Squared holding up. Shrugs off the check. Cuts between two. He'll shoot. Save made. Rebound there. Score! Allers able to slam that one home off the great work from T-Squared. It's a 4-on-4 goal that's made it 7-3.
That was Allers, wasn't it?
Yep.
Nice work.
T-Squared did all the hard work. Well, just kind of watched him for a while and said, "Yep, okay, I'll take over on that." It was kind of a tough shot from T-Squared because it hit the goalie and it popped up. And when you're a goalie, as soon as that puck goes up in the air above your head, it's trouble. Allers the face-off win. Wanted to step ahead but couldn't, so he'll back it up. There's T-Squared taking the long route to bring it in. T-Squared met inside the line and dropped. Atlanta will take over on this one and just clear it out. Back to Abram. T-Squared. Rink wide, Bear. He's got a lane up the left side. Bear moving in. He'll fire one, and that one goes off the glass. T-Squared to it next. T-Squared trying to cut his way in. Had his backhander snubbed. He gives chase. T-Squared hanging on. Took the big bump, 88. He's been running guys all night. Here's Allers with it now. He'll give it up high. Bear turns and fires, and that one missed the mark. Abram pulls it off the boards and chips it in deeper. There goes T-Squared. Oh, they headshot right there on the player from Atlanta, and that's no good. Guy that big is going to get called for that every single time. And the Mavericks have just started their power play too, and now T-Squared is going to go off, and we can only hope it's just a minor. Yeah, it's going to be a roughing call against T-Squared, so we'll go back to 4-on-4, this for 42 seconds, and then yet another power play for Atlanta. Clock continuing to hit the smaller numbers. We're down to 6:14 to go here in the third period, 7-3. Atlanta had scored a couple of quick goals to make it 5-3 after the Mavericks had opened up a 5-1 lead, but Omaha's popped in two more to make it 7-3 now. Paxton Schneider and Will Allers here in the third period.
Atlanta learning they have to play tough against this Omaha Maverick team, and they're fighting back and not giving up. 6 minutes left in this game.
Paxton on the draw. Atlanta wins it. Quick one-time shot blocked away. Fleming Saucers to Jack. He couldn't get that pass. It came in high. Nandy now with it. Nandy will walk it up himself. Here's Nandy. We're playing 4-on-4. Both teams with a man in the box. Now here's Paxson. Paxson heard go, go, go from the bench, and he walks in for a shot that goes to the glass. Tried the rebound chance from a sharp angle, and that one answered by the goaltender as well. Jack to it next. Back to Fleming. One-time chance, and that didn't get much on that one. Here's Atlanta back the other way. Good back checking by Jack Davis and by Paxson. Puck continues to move forward, but Paxson will finally take this one and rattle it off the glass to center ice. Now it's a power play for Atlanta for another minute 8. Puck at center. This one gets by Nandy. Funneled on goal. Rosie the save. He'll hang on and squeeze it. 62 seconds still to go on that penalty to T squared, and 5 1/4 minutes now to go here in the third period.
2-minute penalties make a difference.
Yeah, big
Minute
time.
30, that extra 30 seconds.
It's a lot of killing.
Is tough for a team to kill.
Stoney killing this along with Charlie, Boston, and Wyatt Ike as this one's sent on goal for the save by Rosie. And another draw to come. Puck down, it drifts away. Ike's got it. He'll send it around the white kick plate. I've never seen a white kick plate before. Wyatt Ike holding off a man from behind, keeping it moving. He's free for a backhander, and the goalie got it with the pad. What a terrific save. Here's Charlie, though, holding the clearing attempt. He backhands it into traffic, and Atlanta able to come away with it. 25 to go in their power play. Sent in wide of Rosie. Taken over by Ike. Dropped as he got tangled up with the Atlanta player along the far wall. Wanted to hand it off to Stoney, but I don't think Stoney was expecting that. And so Atlanta able to keep this thing alive. Stoney's got his man walled up. Atlanta able to keep their feet moving, but Stoney's got it now. And he'll look for some open ice as the penalty now expires, and we're back to 5-on-5. Taz pivots, cleared it out, sent back in by Atlanta offside. And once more, the clock will stop.
Definitely getting chippy out there. You can see the boys looking for the hit first before they're looking for the pass of the shot.
It has been a physical game. I think this is one of those teams that we've seen a whole bunch of times. That is not the case. First ever meeting. Here's Courtwright. Stood up at the line, kept it moving though. The follow-up from Taz, and that one just sails over the net. Atlanta looking to come back out with it. Errant pass, just rattles out. Hollers takes and brings it back in. He lost it, but Courtwright picks it up. He lost it. The follow-up from Taz, he missed on the shot chance, and here comes Atlanta. Abram defending as this one is just dumped in. And Bear first on it. Rattled it around the wall. Pinching defenseman jousts with Jake. Jake goes down. Kept alive. Hollers nearly had that one, but it skipped off his stick, and this one shoveled on goal for the save by Rosie. Hollers back up the boards. Wanted Taz. That one taken away, and this one cleared out to center ice by Abram. Abram keeping his feet moving. He's got Jake with him. Here comes Abram. Moving in. Got the shot. Oh, Jake right there, but he couldn't get to the rebound in time. Hollers takes and tries to funnel back toward the cage, but that one goes behind the net. Here's Atlanta. Good job by Tremaine. Tremaine able to take that one away and just keep Atlanta twisting at center ice. Down to 2:50 to go here in the third period. 7-3. Junior Mavs for the advantage. Paxson a good steal. Sidesteps one. Paxson moves in. He scores! Off the post and in. Sharpshooter goal for Paxton Schneider, his second of the night. It's now 8-3 Junior Mavericks. My goodness.
No
we
kidding.
have seen some shot making tonight.
I'm going to give Wyatt the assist on that one. Doing a good job of stirring it up here in the neutral zone. Creating a turnover and a loose puck for Paxton to pick up and take out.
Yep, that's Wyatt Tremaine with the helper on Paxton Schneider's goal to make it 8-3. Matt, my memory isn't the best, but I cannot remember a game that we've had 8 goals this year. If we have, it's been a while. Puck dumped in by Atlanta. Nandy back on this. Nandy put a pass off the leg of the forechecker, so we're going to try another route. Chipped up the boards. Sturba had it batted away from him. Nandy couldn't clear it, but help came, and Paxson will send it to neutral ice. Everson in the middle of a shift change. Paxson.
Elbow side Pax.
Yeah, sidestepped one check, then got wedged off along the far wall. Fleming flipping. Here's Vinny now. Vinny in quite a stick duel there with 3. Atlanta will tap it in 1:45 now to go here in the third as Nandy is back over to take. Nandy, T-squared. T-squared sizing up his options. Rink wide, he'll find Vinny. Moves up. He's got Stoney with him. Vinny, shot, pad save. T-squared throws one on the big drive, but got his stick lifted kind of, and that one just drifts out to center ice. Banged away from Nandy. Fleming able to cover for him. Trying to muscle it up the near side wall, and he'll do just that. Bang back along by Atlanta. Hadn't quite cleared the zone. And offside is called on the play with a running clock now and an even minute to go here in the third period. It'll be Stoney. Stoney out along with T-squared and Vinny to finish up.
Running clock on the remainder.
Yep. Boston and Wyatt Ike on the blue line. Puck will float out to center as Ike touches the high stick call will come, and the face-off brought back into the Junior Mavericks end. We'll go with one last line change here, and Ollers will have what's going to be kind of a ceremonial face-off. He's out along with Jack and Charlie. Just 20 seconds to go here on that running clock. Puck down. Atlanta wins this one. This one cleared to the line, but not out. Atlanta didn't know where it was. Ollers freed it up for Ike to bring it ahead. He gives it off for Charlie. Charlie moving in. He'll shoot. So one more save by the goaltender as the rebound is cleared.
Oh,
and that will do
elbow.
As Ike caught an elbow up high as he got tangled up with one of the Atlanta players. And Jack in to pull his defenseman out of that pile. That'll do it. And Will's got to get himself out of there too. Well, a good start to the Gopher State President's Cup here for the Junior Mavericks. An 8-3 win over Atlanta Center Ice this evening here at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. We've been playing outdoors, and you know what? Stayed pretty warm. It's just now, the wind is just now starting to pick up and get a little cold.
Says the guy with nice gloves.
Well, I got to thank David Cook for these. David Cook gave me these things. And these are mighty toasty. Well, again, before we wrap up our broadcast tonight, I want to give our thanks to our sponsors, Nebraska Electric Power Sports. Experience the future of electric dirt bikes. We sell fun. That's Nebraska Electric Power Sports. Joe Chalin Tax Service for all your tax needs. Thank you, Joe. Charleston Homes, providing the best home building experience in Omaha since 2007. Charleston Homes voted #1 best of Omaha for 2025. And thanks as well to Cottonwood Salon Suite and Aunt Jessie for all she does for the Junior Mavericks.
Very nice, hard-fought battle by the Mavs, a team that's definitely a worthy opponent and a possibility that we'll see them again. They won their first game, won their first 2?
No, this was their second game.
This was their second,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a 2-1 win in their first game, and hey, let's face it, man, the Junior Mavericks looked like they were going to roll. They eventually did, but at one point in time it was 5-1. Atlanta scored a couple to make it 5-3. And all of a sudden, things could change very quickly. Well, they did when the Junior Mavericks were able to punch back and eventually come away with the 8-3 victory here today. So, tonight I should say. So we've got another game coming up, 2 more games coming up tomorrow. The first one is going to be at 10:10 a.m. Central Time, so adjust your clocks accordingly if you are in a different time zone. But 10:10 tomorrow, Junior Mavericks will take on the Merrimack Sharks. And Merrimack is out of the St. Louis, suburban St. Louis area. That'll be a 10:10 start. We'll be indoors for that game. And then at 3:45, we'll be back out here on the outdoor rink against the locals, the Minnetonka Skippers. That is a 3:45 start Central Time. And then for those of you looking ahead to President's Day, the Chicago Blues will provide the opposition here. That'll be back indoors at 7:30 Central Time on Monday, February 16th. So lots of hockey coming up. And Matt, it's our pleasure to bring it to everybody here.
Absolutely. Can't wait to bring you some more exciting OMA Junior Mavs hockey tomorrow morning. Thank you everybody for watching and your support.
Let's thank Chase Newcomer. Expert job on the camera work as always, and we thank him for his efforts